Struggling to beat your 5k PB, or has your running started to plateau? Well, look no further. Today we're going to run through our top 4 tips, which is going to help you up your running game, and how our number 1 tip helped me shave over 3 minutes of my personal best.
Now, tip number 1 is speed training. In order to run a faster 5k, you need to run at your 5k pace or even faster. We do this with speed sessions. First, always start with a good warm-up. 10 to 15 minutes of light jogging, running drills and dynamic stretches to get the body ready. Now, let's talk about speed workouts. Incorporate 1 dedicated speed session into your weekly routine. More experienced runners might want to do 2 sessions per week. Here are 2 great workouts that I alternate in my training. The first is 10 times 400 meters at a slightly faster pace than your 5k goal pace, with a 2 to 3 minute walk rest between each set. The second, and my favourite, is 6 to 8 sets of 1 kilometre at your 5k goal pace, with a 2 to 3 minute walk between each set. Remember, speed workouts are intense. Listen to your body and avoid overtraining. Recovery is key to getting faster and staying injury free.
Tip number 2 is what is the optimum number of running sessions per week. Now, this is hugely dependent on your personal circumstances and your target goal. If you're aiming for a sub 20 minute 5k, you're probably going to need to run 4 or 5 times a week. But if you're aiming for a sub 30 minute 5k, you can probably achieve this with only 3 runs per week. But I would say for most people, 4 runs per week may be the ideal amount. And that's for a number of reasons. This is a sufficient amount of training where you will see consistent and gradual progression in your running abilities, all while giving you enough rest between each run, reducing the risk of fatigue and injury. 4 runs isn't so much where you will feel overwhelmed, meaning you're more likely to stay consistent with your training over the long term. And finally, 4 runs per week provides you with the flexibility you need to incorporate variable training sessions you need to maximize your performance.
Now let's talk about long runs. These are your slow runs and are completely separate from your speed training sessions. These sessions are important to help build and maintain your endurance. Speed sessions put a lot of stress on the body, so you need to include rest days to allow the body time to adapt and recover. Along with rest days, incorporate long, easy runs at a low intensity pace. If every day was an all-out speed session, you'd get injured very quickly. So, how long should your long runs be? Well, if you're training for a sub 20 minute 5k, aim for around 8 to 12 miles. For a sub 25 minute 5k, aim for around 6 to 8 miles. And for a sub 30 minute 5k, aim for around 4 to 7 miles. The pace of these runs should be nice and relaxed, very easy, zone 2 heart rate, a conversational pace. The kind of pace where you can have a chat with your friend running next to you.
Now, this might be the most important tip of all and helped me shave over 3 minutes of my 5k PB, and that is implementing progressive overload into your training. Progressive overload is the gradual increase of stress on the body, which will create a stimulus which eventually the body adapts to, ultimately improving your performance. When I first started running, it was the same 3k and 5k route every single time. I wasn't incorporating any speed runs, any interval sessions, long or easy runs, just the same route every single time. And this is a very inefficient way to training, and is definitely the reason why I started to see my performance plateau. And that's why over time we need to consciously make the effort to increase the intensity of our sessions as our body begins to adapt to the current training that we're doing. You can do this by increasing the distance of your easy or long runs, or maybe if you've got interval sessions included in your training, which I definitely recommend, you could be increasing the number of sets of those intervals, or you could increase the distance of each interval in each set. But I would be conscious on how much you increase your mileage by per week, since research shows that if you increase your mileage by more than 10% per week, the chance of injury significantly increases. So definitely bear that in mind.
As you lace up your shoes and head out for your next run, remember that achieving your best 5k time takes dedication and smart training. Incorporate these speed sessions, balanced with easy and long runs, with proper rest. And don't forget to progressively challenge yourself. Whether you're chasing a sub 20, 25 or 30 minute 5k, consistency is key. So keep pushing your limits, and remember, Enjoy the journey.